Welcome to Hero Villains. Who do you think would win when Gladiator versus Black Adam? When cosmic conviction collides with divine power? Gladiator, whose real name is Kallark, is the leader of the Imperial Guard of the Shi'ar Empire. His power does not come solely from cosmic energy, but is also directly amplified by his confidence. When Gladiator's belief in himself is unwavering, he can lift stars, move faster than light, fire energy from his eyes, and withstand attacks on a planet-destroying scale. Black Adam is a warrior blessed by the ancient gods. His power comes from 6 divine entities, granting him physical strength far beyond human limits, godlike speed, the ability to fly, and ancient magic. Black Adam is not only formidable in raw power, but also terrifying because of his iron will and thousands of years of combat experience. Before we dive deeper into the analysis, please press the subscribe button and remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you all very much. Kallark was born centuries ago. He is believed to carry the bloodline of a proud family, though the names of his ancestors have been erased by time. Kallark's childhood was closely tied to the Strontian Council of Elders, who not only protected him, but treated him as their own. It was here that his character and will were gradually forged through strict discipline and long-standing traditions of honor. Upon reaching maturity, Kallark joined the military academy on the planet Strontia, a place that gathered the most elite youths of the world. Together with them, he trained relentlessly, competing fiercely for the title of Gladiator that every Strontian desired. Through each trial, Kallark proved that he was not only a powerful warrior, but also a man of integrity. After completing their training, Kallark and 9 other outstanding cadets were revealed the truth by the Council of Elders regarding the ultimate purpose of the trials. The Shi'ar Empire was seeking the finest warriors from every race to form a new Imperial Guard. The 10 Strontians accepted the perilous enhancement process, where the line between life and death was thinner than ever. Those who survived would become gladiators, beings with power far beyond natural limits. Beyond the innate abilities of the Strontian race, Gladiator was granted the ability to survive in the vacuum of space, where ordinary life cannot exist. His physical form continues to grow stronger over time, as if his power constantly refines and perfects itself after every challenge. The Gladiatorian Space Knight Econ once classified Gladiator as Alpha Plus level, a title reserved only for entities at the absolute pinnacle of power. Despite possessing a superhuman body, the true source of Gladiator's strength lies deep within his mind. His power has no fixed limit and depends entirely on his belief in himself. How strong he becomes directly reflects the intensity of the confidence burning within his soul. When his will is unshakable, Gladiator nearly reaches divine power, an irresistible force with no equal. Even legendary beings have acknowledged this. Thanos once recognized that Gladiator could rival the Hulk in pure strength, while the Thing claimed that Gladiator surpassed both Hulk and Hyperion combined. Professor X of the Skrulls described Gladiator as an incomparable physical benchmark. His feats defy imagination, from lifting massive Shi'ar warships, moving an entire planet, to tearing apart a black hole with his bare hands. Gladiator has crushed stars, shattered a planet, enduring destruction from multiple galaxies, and stopped an explosion powerful enough to erase half a solar system in deadly confrontations. Gladiator has defeated numerous powerful entities of the Marvel Universe, such as Hyperion, Binary, Vulcan, Black Bolt, Drax, Beta Ray, Bill, Thor, and even Thanos, most of them with a single blow. Each victory not only confirmed his unmatched power, but also turned Gladiator into a living symbol of the belief that unwavering will can unlock limitless strength. Time and again, Gladiator has proven why his name is forever associated with absolute terror. When he confronted Colossus while Colossus was wielding 1/5 of the Phoenix Force, Gladiator not only stood firm, but maintained the upper hand. Even more astonishing was when Gladiator restrained Sue Storm while she was possessed by Captain Universe. At that time, she was the living embodiment of the Enigma Force, carrying the will of eternity and having absorbed the powers of Hulk, Daredevil, and X-23. Facing such a near omnipotent entity, Gladiator was still able to contain her, turning the battle into a rare display of overwhelming might. Gladiator's absolute confidence was also shown in the moment he kicked away Mjolnir, Thor's divine hammer, with his own legs. Although he was not deemed worthy to lift it, the act itself was a clear declaration of his unshakable physical and mental strength. Gladiator has also destroyed Quasar's energy constructs, structures that had previously withstood attacks from Galactus, the Phoenix, and the Watcher. He stands on equal footing with the Destroyer, the mystical weapon created by Odin to oppose the Celestials, and exerted such immense pressure that Thor was forced to strain with all his might to resist. The pinnacle of these feats came when Gladiator delivered a punch that injured and empowered Galactus. Galactus himself once regarded Gladiator as the most formidable mortal he had ever faced. It is precisely this power that depends on belief that has turned Gladiator into one of the most terrifying destructive forces in existence. Thanos regarded Kallark as the greatest threat among the Destroyers, while Eternity judged him to possess power on par with Beta Ray Bill and Thor, enough to threaten vast portions of the entire cosmic entity. Gladiator is not only known for his devastating strength, but also for his speed. His movement, reflexes, and perception reach a level that the vast majority of beings in the universe cannot attain. For Gladiator, the distance between stars or even between galaxies becomes a blurred concept, because he can cross them in an instant, a speed that turns him into a formless storm. Gladiator can unleash a barrage of lightning-fast attacks, knocking down multiple opponents before their consciousness can even grasp what is happening. He has flown across galaxies to reach Earth in the blink of an eye and kept pace with a Skrull ship as it entered hyperspace, then continued to match it as the vessel traveled at speeds hundreds of times faster than light. Even when time itself is frozen, a state in which other heroes must rely on advanced technology to survive within a time bubble, Gladiator can still act freely, move, and fight as if no barriers exist. The most striking proof of Gladiator's speed is the moment he struck Heimdall before the Guardian God could even realize what was happening. Heimdall is known as the all-seeing observer, capable of perceiving across space, time, other dimensions, and even events that have not yet occurred. Overcoming him demonstrates just how fast Gladiator truly is. He even possesses enough speed and reflexes to endure empowered Galactus' photon explosions, a being who, even in a standard state, has immeasurable velocity. For Gladiator, speed is not merely an advantage, but an intrinsic part of his nature, transforming him into a specter that tears through both space and time. Gladiator has withstood a direct psychic blast from Jean Grey, one of the most powerful telepaths and telekinetics in the universe, and remains standing. He has endured attacks from Nova and Black Bolt, including the latter's devastating voice. Gladiator is also capable of firing highly concentrated energy beams from his eyes. These beams can reach extreme temperatures, hotter than stars themselves, as they have been shown to burn the skin of the Hulk and even an empowered Galactus. He can use his heat vision to pierce through spatial networks and see across space and time. I truly hope you will subscribe to the channel, as it helps us immensely and you are absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. Now let us talk about Black Adam. Teth Adam was born in the 26th century before the Common Era, along the fertile banks of the Nile, within a simple yet impoverished Kandaki tribe. His childhood was quickly overshadowed by tragedy when his father died from debt during a devastating flood season. Too young to shoulder the unfinished obligations, Teth and his family were enslaved by Ibak, beginning a dark chain of days that seemed to have no escape. In captivity, Teth endured brutal torture, while his mother was subjected to suffering beyond imagination. The family, once his only source of strength, was gradually erased by the hands of slave traders, leaving only his nephew Amon as the sole survivor. To save that final spark of hope, Teth risked his life to help Amon escape, accepting severe injuries from the guards to buy time. That moment carved deep within him a mixture of rage and a resolve never to bow before oppression. While fleeing the underground prison, they were miraculously transported to the Rock of Eternity, where they were welcomed by Shazam. The wizard, recognizing Amon's purity, offered him the role of his champion and tasked him with defeating the slave trader Ibak, an offer Amon accepted on the condition that Shazam heal Adam. The great Adam rose from that earthly hell, defeated tyrants and the 7 deadly sins, and freed the Kandaki people from the chains of slavery. He also repeatedly clashed with the Circle of Ravens, a shadowy force that spread chaos from the darkness. At his peak, despite his harsh origins, the great Adam was a joyful and compassionate man. He saw himself as a shield for the weak, a symbol of hope amid a desert of despair. At the height of his power, the mighty Adam turned against the very Council of Eternity, those who once held supreme order. That rebellion ended in a sea of blood when all its members were slain, with only Mamoragan surviving to bear witness to the unstoppable wrath. Adam once yearned to end the wizards, yet he understood that his power was inextricably bound to magic, and that the wizards themselves were the root of that power. For centuries thereafter, Teth Adam used magical substances to imprison the wizards in a state of permanent hibernation. From that point on, they became known as the Sleepers, existing in a limbo between life and death, both a source of power and a reminder of the price of betrayal. During that era, Adam continued to serve as the champion of the pharaohs of ancient Egypt, a divine warrior summoned whenever the throne required absolute strength. Over time, Adam served a total of 22 pharaohs, witnessing both the glory and the decay of human power. By the reign of Pharaoh Teti, history repeated itself with bitter irony. Like many of his predecessors, Teti proved unworthy of the throne he held. His incompetence and greed forced Adam to confront a harsh truth that, while power can build empires, it never guarantees a worthy ruler. These experiences gradually eroded Adam's faith, pushing him away from his original ideal of protection and drawing him ever closer to the shadowed path of destiny. Black Adam is not merely a reflection of Shazam, but the embodiment of a far more ancient and violent power. If Shazam is blessed by 6 Greek gods, then Black Adam carries within him the strength of the Egyptian gods, a number that was increased to 7 in the New 52 era. This makes his energy not only diverse, but also primal, harsh, and commanding, much like the ancient desert from which he rose. Black Adam's endurance comes from Shu, the god of the sky, granting him near absolute resilience. His body can withstand cataclysmic blows without wavering, as if tempered by wind and sand across millennia. His speed is drawn from Heru, allowing him to move and react faster than light, turning every battle into a lightning-fast hunt with no escape for his opponents. His most terrifying physical strength comes from Amon, a power that drives Black Adam beyond even divine limits, with every strike carrying the crushing weight that shatters both will and space itself. The intellect of Zehuti represents another terrifying aspect, granting him some of the most profound knowledge in the galaxy and allowing Black Adam to be not only a warrior, but also a cold and calculating strategist. Aton adds a source of pure energy, often manifested through the power of lightning, a raw and violent force that few can oppose. Menthu ignites within him the courage of the great pharaohs, a spirit that never yields to fear or defeat. And finally, there is Isis, the deity who grants Black Adam abilities that go beyond all familiar boundaries, to the point that even the champion Shazam cannot compare. Black Adam once shattered a shield designed to withstand the impact of the meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs, a catastrophe likened to the combined destructive force of 10 billion nuclear bombs. That feat alone is enough to show that Black Adam overwhelmed a defensive system capable of enduring unimaginable levels of destruction. Black Adam single-handedly subdued the entire Shazam family. That battle was akin to facing 2 complete Shazams at once, with one of them even split into multiple separate entities, each possessing independent intellect and combat capability. Billy Batson is typically regarded as having power comparable to Superman in a standard state. Yet Black Adam still defeated both with overwhelming, cold, and decisive force because Black Adam's power had long since reached a planetary threshold. He also defeated Azarius, the very embodiment of the god of death. That victory clearly reflects the immense power granted to Black Adam by the 7 Egyptian gods, a force that allows him to challenge even ultimate concepts such as life and death. One of the most terrifying moments occurred when Black Adam temporarily stunned the Spectre, an entity ranked among the most powerful in the DC universe. When the Spectre attempted to erase magic itself, Black Adam poured all of his strength and will into a direct charge, shattering the divine shell and armor and rendering the Spectre immobile for a brief instant. That moment was not merely a triumph, but a declaration that Black Adam is capable of reaching limits that very few entities would ever dare to imagine. The battle takes place on a desolate planet where no innocent life exists, chosen to prevent the destructive consequences from spreading across the universe. Gladiator is sent there with a clear mission to stop Black Adam, who is seeking to seize a cosmic energy source capable of threatening multiversal order. And from the very moment their eyes meet, Gladiator regards Black Adam as a danger that cannot be ignored to cosmic peace. Gladiator charges forward at terrifying speed, declaring that he will defeat his opponent to protect the Shi'ar Empire. In the face of that momentum, Black Adam merely laughs with contempt, mocking Gladiator as one who lives by fragile belief before unleashing the first bolt of lightning as a test. Gladiator easily dodges and counters with a direct punch that sends Black Adam crashing through massive mountain ranges. Refusing to yield, Black Adam rockets into the sky, using his speed and mobility to evade attacks while continuously firing lightning from afar. At first, absolute confidence allows Gladiator to dominate every blow, tearing apart the surrounding terrain and turning the ground into seas of magma and debris. However, Black Adam quickly identifies the critical weakness in Gladiator's power. He relentlessly hurls taunts, each word like a blade carving into his opponent's mind, causing the confidence that fuels Gladiator's strength to gradually waver. Gladiator shifts to long-range attacks with his heat vision, but Black Adam remains standing thanks to his superhuman endurance. The two clash in close combat, every collision generating shockwaves that fracture the planet's surface. Gladiator attempts to restrain Black Adam with freezing breath, but an eruption of lightning shatters every effort. As fatigue sets in and belief diminishes, Gladiator's power visibly weakens. Black Adam immediately seizes the opportunity, summoning a colossal lightning storm that crashes down upon his opponent. In a moment that feels like slow motion, Gladiator tries to fly upward to escape, but the lightning coils tightly around his body. Cracks begin to form as his strength is no longer sufficient to withstand the assault. Finally, Black Adam delivers the decisive lightning strike, completely defeating Gladiator. He lies motionless on the barren ground, not dead, but stripped of his confidence and his power. Black Adam stands amid the ruins and acknowledges Gladiator as a worthy opponent, one who forced him to fight with the full extent of his strength and will. Black Adam is the victor. I hope you enjoyed this battle. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Follow me if you liked it. That is today's video. Thank you very much.